What's up, people? This is Guru, and welcome to the Geek Assault channel. Today, we will be reviewing Superman number 7. Let's go. Hey, guys. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Once again, spoiler alert. Let's go, man. Oh, what do I want to get? Michael Bendis. Oh, my gosh. There was a time when this guy was good, man, but what he's doing to Superman, we need to stop calling him Superman, start calling him Shield, man. That's what he's doing. He's became a complete Shield. All right, let's go with this, man. Yo, Superman's trying to figure out why his son, it's Jonathan, right? Why Jonathan Kent is now grown. He states that he's 17 now. He thinks he's around 17 years old, and Superman's trying to figure out what's going on. Like, was his kryptonite? Was some kind of trick that Jor-El did to him? He don't know. He's trying to figure out, and of course, Jonathan wants to tell him a story, but he's like, "Well, hold up, let's get to your mom, so we can all hear this together." And so they pop up on Lois. Lois is writing a book, you know, the whole trope. She's trying to figure out a word she misspells, all disorganized, because somehow, some way, Michael Bendis decided to break up Lois and Clark, and now they're living in separate places. Just forget about their marriage. They're in separate places now because she wants to write and start back dating, being boyfriend, girlfriend now, even though they're married. You're married to Superman. But I don't know, because of feminism. And so she decides to go on her own. She's bored of just being a wife. She gotta find herself. So that's she's writing her book. And Jonathan, her estranged son, finally comes home. But she didn't know he was bringing Jonathan with her. So she thought Superman was coming by to drop off some of the Super D. But, so she takes out, she exposes one of her breasts, which was covered by a bra. But she was looking hot. So they actually drew her as a pretty woman. And she was doing some showing like, hey, I'm ready to get busy, Clark. Let's do this, We'll drop that nooner off. Afternoon delight. But yo, not here and there. Superman covers up his eyes, Jonathan's eyes. So it was kind of funny. She covers herself up real quick because she didn't know like he was bringing company by. So next thing we know, they're on a balcony. So I'm thinking like, where are they at? This loud being. I don't understand, but they are living in two separate places now. So obviously, I guess he flew her from her place back to his place now. This open marriage looking thing they're doing now. The Bendis, genius. So Jonathan goes into telling the story about what happened after these two super parents decided to let their preteen son go off with Jor-El, who thought was dead all this time and had to fight against recently, but now he's safe enough to leave off in space with him. But no, she's a responsible parent. I'm gonna go off with him, with my son, in a spaceship with your crazy father. Yeah. So we figured that all out. So as soon as they go out, they find out that Jor-El actually has a bigger ship that he didn't tell him about. Well, okay, he's already having secrets from you, so obviously something's wrong. The guy's already got secrets he's keeping from y'all. Red light. But she keeps going on with it. Then they're attacked all of a sudden. They defeat the aliens that are attacking. Lets her son fires out in space with his crazy granddad, beat off the attackers. Once again, she still decides, as a great parent that she is, yo, let's keep going. We just got into space. We're already being attacked. In her infinite wisdom. So Jor-El gives her a suit that, as you can see on the cover of the comic, that's what she's wearing, and it's supposed to protect her from, help her survive in outer space. I don't know why, because she can't breathe in space, so her head is uncovered. This is oxygenated blood. It's not really goes into that, just like a regular Superman, what you want to call it. Whatever, elastic suit, whatever that stuff's made out of. But she wears it, it's supposed to protect her in space, because she's just a lonely human. Anyway, we get to this other planet where she's being gawked at by the other aliens on this planet because they know who Superman is, and they know I guess he must have did a good deed for them, and they're looking at the S, and they're like, yo, help us, help us. Of course, Lois doesn't have any powers, and so dun dun dun, Jonathan Kent's gonna step in because he's the son of Superman, and he's gonna be the heir apparent to the throne. So he goes in like, I'm going to do whatever I need to do to help these people. He helps the people. The people are being enslaved. I think the kids were, and the actual people. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But he goes there, beats up all the aliens pretty much by himself. And Lois is just so amazed at how well he's handled himself that she decides, you know what? My son is good enough, even though he's a preteen, to stay in a space with his estranged, crazy grandfather all alone. And I'm going back home so I can write books away from my husband. So then, so she leaves, she goes back home and leaves her son in space, even though they only been a couple of days. They've been fighting for the first couple of days they've been there. We don't know what Jor-El's going to do. And Superman didn't want him to go in the first place, but so she going to be the chaperone. Now she just leaves altogether, man. And so he comes back to him. He really doesn't get into Jonathan really doesn't get into the whole particulars of what happened. All we know is that he said that he didn't get aged. He lived all those, I guess, what was he, 10 or 11? I know he wasn't 12 yet, I don't think, because he was a preteen. So if he thinks he's 17, so I guess between 10 and 12, so he's 17 now, roughly. So 5 to 7 years he was living in space, and he lived out all 5 to 7 of those years. It wasn't like he just got aged up. He actually lived. He'd been away from Earth. He experienced all that time. And even though it wasn't that long for them, I think it was a few months for them, but he lived. So we got to find out what happened to him. He also said that his grandfather is crazy. And they're shocked. So we got to find out what's going on next issue. And oh, man, I got to be honest with you guys, man. I didn't like this book. I hate the way Michael Bendis is writing Superman. It sucks. Every comic that I read that he's wrote on Superman has been horrible. But I probably will get the next issue just because I want to see how he's going to put this together. Because I really want to know what happened to Jonathan Kent. But oh man, scale of 1 to 10, I give us a 5. Unless you're a real Superman lover or whatever, or Michael Bendis lover, this might be for you. It wasn't for me. I just didn't enjoy it, and like I said ahead of time, sorry for the spoilers. I usually try to be spoiler free, but hey, this book I had to go in on this one, man. I had to kind of rant on this one. This one was, yo, get Bendis off Superman, please, this guys. Oh my goodness. But yo, this is the Guru. This is the Geek Assault channel. If y'all like what y'all saw, man, hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to check me out in the comment section, social media. It's all up there, man. This is the one-stop shop for all your geek culture needs. And I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.